Coming to you from the Strings and Things studio in Ventura, California, this is the Strings Unraveled podcast. Welcome. Happy New Year.
Ooh, yeah, February already. Well, yeah, February. This is the February episode, huh? It's still January when we're recording this, but it's not far away from February. Okay, where do we start? What are we working on, right?
What are we working on?
Okay.
Karen, what are you working on?
Well, this will be my longer segment since I did not complete anything, but
I'm sure you completed something.
No, actually, this was the month to pick up projects that I had forgotten about that are 6 months and older, or working on. So, in my hands now is a project, and I'm like, I'm at the easy part. Why did I quit? I did all the hard stuff, and then it was like stalking it.
Sometimes easy is boring.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm done with
You
this.
get through all the exciting part, and then you're like, oh, okay.
But now I look at it, and it's got our yarn. This is called The Snuggle is Real. By Maxim.
Is it?
It's a cowl.
Oh.
And you have a provisional cast on, and you have ribbing that gets tucked to the inside. Well, part of it gets tucked in, like folded in, and then the inside is lined with, a silk merino.
That looks cool.
It's gorgeous, and our yarn looks beautiful.
And our yarn looks beautiful.
What is it paired with?
It is paired with I forget what this is. It's some kind of a. It's like, what would you call this color?
Well,
what nice name would you call this color?
I would call it a spicy mustard.
Or spicy mustard,
is
like more like a greenish
the
tone.
dark
like an
part
olivey,
of the stone ground mustard. Yeah.
That's a nice.
It's kind of a greenish yellow, but more on the dark side.
Golden umber.
Golden umber. More green.
It's kind of greeny gold. I don't know.
It's like a muted pea.
Green.
Baby poop.
It's
baby poop. We're trying to say it's not
specifically
it's
breastfed baby poop color.
Oh wow!
Specifically,
it's kind of like the ugly green, but I love that color. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But
it's doing a good job.
It's baby poop colored and it's ugly, but it's beautiful.
It's the best baby poop green I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's this really soft. And it's lining, a slip stitch design.
What's the other color?
So I have
that yarn is.
Well, fortunately, I have the remaining ball, so I might be able to guesstimate. I believe. Oh, hey, it's got the label. What the what?
No guessing.
When does that happen? This is Amy March DK in the colorway Champagne by Yarn Love. So I have a champagne main color, and then we have our Harvest Party. A colorway that we dyed as my background slip stitch, and then the inside next to your skin is baby poop green.
All right,
but it's soft.
It's pretty.
That's an interesting yarn, that champagne color, because in the ball when you're holding it, it almost looks kind of peachy. But then with paired all the greens and browns, it looks much more tan in the project.
It's funny. It's one of those. It's a neutral. It's a warm, basic beige neutral. But you're right. It's very peachy in your hand, but I think it's one of those that will change its hue depending on what it's next to, because the parts that are next to brown look different than the parts next to green. And then little pops of orange and yellow from there's that pistachio that I love so much. So that's one. I've got a sweater that I actually started in December, or maybe I started in December as the crocheted sweater. Using up stash, and then I ran out of stash, and so I went to the place of this particular color. It's a Malabrigo. Again, I got this peach thing going.
I thought when you pulled that out that you were gonna say it was a peachment or no, peachy. That's what the
So I ran out of peachy, and I went back to the place where I got it, and I ordered it and paid for it, and they're like, oh, we didn't update our system, so we don't have it, and we don't know when we're going to get it.
I hate that.
And I'm like, that's really sucky. It's like,
I hate that, but
their system
I have done that. So
but their system said they had 7, and I only wanted 2. So somebody came through and bought it all, and they just didn't But it's okay. It's going on the sleeves, and so it's not gonna. I got partway through a sleeve, but I knew I wasn't gonna have enough. So I found some more at Jimmy Bean's Wool, and then I found the other stuff. And then one of the let's see, I'm doing a second Gramps Revive because so I'm teaching his class, but also I'm using the purple sparkle that I dyed, and I got all the way through down to the small, narrow 1-inch contrast, and I've redone that section. This is my 5th time because what I so if you have multicolors, please swatch with them before you get through the whole thing, because it would have been helpful to know that some colors look great sitting next to each other, but if you put them in the same yard, they don't like to play together.
Oh.
And so it's fine in a swatch to tear out, but when you have like over 200 stitches per row and then you've done like a couple of inches and you're like, nope, that won't work.
Could
so I'm
you
going to do it
swatch
again.
now? Like, could you make a little swatch and
I
no longer
actually
test
found
it?
a happy place.
Okay.
I kept trying to do multicolors or things that didn't have sparkle. And sparkle needs to have sparkle. And it's got, so even though it's a purple with different shades of purple, it's got too much going on. So I just found a very pale blue tonal. Also stashed from when I did the Great British Baking Shawl, the first one. I had lots of little leftovers.
Nice.
And then the last thing that I actually, so this is new. I did start a new thing, but I only started it this week and I'm half done.
Woo. It's so pretty.
Oh, I saw this on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, so a fellow designer and I were in a book called Hitch, which was some great patterns in there. They're patterns inspired by the films of Alfred Hitchcock. And I taught that, and it's originally meant for fingering weight yarn in 2 colors. And I love it. But I thought, I kind of want to go faster and I want to upsize it because I want it to be bigger because the original.
Did you say the name of the pattern?
It is called the San Juan Batista Shawl by Elizabeth Green. Dark Matter Knits on Instagram. And I'm still doing it with 2 yarns, but I'm doing one multi that does a self-striping, and it's kind of a rainbow, but there's no purple or red in it. It's just pink.
In it?
Well, it's plum.
Violet.
I would say that's.
But it doesn't have. But when you think of rainbow, it's not like a purple
it's
from a rainbow.
It's kind of like a neon.
Roy.
Yeah.
Well, it's missing red. Is what it's missing.
Yeah.
Roy G. Biv.
It's got pink instead of red.
Yep, which is fine with me.
It also doesn't have any green in it.
No, there's no green.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not a rainbow at all.
I mean, there's a tiny patch of green that's a transition between yellow. You get like 3 stitches of green.
Well, there's definitely no red.
There's no red.
Pink, orange, yellow, and like 3 different blues.
It's Fruit Loops, is what it is.
Is that the actual name?
No, it's called, but it is called Punch Bug.
All right, I see Fruit Loops.
But I think Punch Bug is like what people do when you see a VW bug and you call it out and you go punch bug and you punch somebody. So
preferably your brother.
And I'm pairing it now. That is a Knit Picks Felici worsted, which feels wonderful in the hand, and I'm pairing it with Wool of the Andes Superwash, and it's kind of this espresso. It's brown, a black brown, but there's no real black to it. It's got this just super dark.
I would have said it was black.
I thought it was black when you photographed it, but I can see in person that it's brown.
Yeah, if it doesn't.
Espresso is a good way to describe
What's
it.
What's the name of the color?
It's called Bittersweet Heather. So if you're talking about, it's about the color of 75% dark chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Bittersweet chocolate.
Yeah, I would say it's more of like a dark roast coffee.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
But it's where you start off and with your main color, when you get to the end of the right side row and you turn, you cast on 5 stitches, and that's how it grows off to one side like a pennant shape. But then it has these knit together yarn overs that move so it grows to the left, but it shifts to the right. So it's got this vertigo sense to it, which is the movie it was inspired by. Anyway. So if anyone has a chance to look at that, it's meant to be a 2 skein project. And basically it's the same kind of thing with worsted, except that the main color only comes in 50-gram balls. So
yeah. Well, it looks like a fun project.
It is fun.
Look,
I'm half done. I'm almost half done. I'm almost finished with half of it, and it shifts and
It's very psychedelic.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So this one is the one I don't want to ever put. I don't want to put down. I just want to keep working on it, and I can't wait to photograph it and wear it while it's still cold. Yay!
Yeah, it's been nice. What are you working on, Anne?
I have not been knitting very much. I've been sewing more this month. So I'm not going to talk about my unfinished sewing projects because they'll be done so quick. We'll just talk about them next month.
Okay.
But I have I'm trying to finish started things, right? Well, I thought I had it out here. I was going to show you my progress so far on my granny squares because I'm down to my last 4 colors.
Is this the one with Rios or
yeah.
whatever?
So these are the last 4.
Oh, those colors are awesome. Ooh, what is that
This
color?
is I think it's like chameleon, but it's not spelled quite like that. And it's one of their,
That's a great color.
I know. This looks like...
It has like this bright forest green, but it's not bright.
It's very jungly.
It's like...
That's it. Yeah.
It's like a jungle green. Like a very cool Christmassy kind of color.
Yeah, I haven't seen that color
But
before.
you can't... It's never going to be like this again. I think it's kind of like Anniversario and Arco Iris.
They're all sort of...
You just get lucky.
You get what you get.
But yeah, this was good. And... I bought this like early in quarantine when we couldn't go into stores, and Super Buzzy filled this order for me. So they chose a really pretty skein. Everything else is mostly like they're solids or semi-solids. So in front of me I have apple green.
Nice.
I think it's...
You have my colors.
Something with a P.
I think this is Paris Night, but it might not be.
I think it is. It's not Azul. Is it
this
Azul?
Is Azul Profundo.
Profundo.
Yeah.
But it's another, like, it's a pretty die out of it.
Yep.
This one...
Hey, what is that? That's not teal feather.
This is... No. It's Ankara green, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know
the
that
names
color.
Of all the colors, and now they have new ones.
I know. So I'm going to pause on what I'm making because I just want to look at them all together with you guys.
Yes.
So what are you working on, Katie?
Well, I'm working on a couple of different things. I have a sweater that is with scrap yarn. I don't know if I talked about this. I made a scrappy sweater.
I don't think you did.
I don't know if I did either because it's been on pause for a while. But I made a scrappy sweater a couple years ago and I wear it a lot. And I had enough scraps in my stash to make another one. So it's all sock yarn, double-stranded.
And it's very different because the other one had more darker colors, and then this one has brighter, springier colors. Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it's all just thrown in there. And I'm knitting Flax by Tin Can Knits, and that pattern is long, like it's a long, like tunic length sweater, but they have a cropped version of it. But I decided to make it like long so it'll go under my butt when I wear it. So I just hit the ribbing on it. I was working on this today, so when I'm editing videos for classes, I like to have something like brainless in my hands to work on while I'm editing. So that's what I was working on. I want to talk about your granny squares, though.
Oh, okay. Back to me.
Anne took a break to go get all her squares.
So I'm making 36 squares.
Oh my gosh, look at all those colors.
How big are the squares?
They're
like
maybe about 10
squares.
inches. Someday, actually, I think the granny square would be how I would make a temperature blanket. I've been thinking about that for another year. But I would only go to like 4.
Yeah.
Tier number 2. Maybe 3. Ooh. Is that one finished?
She pulled out one that's slightly
like
smaller.
Way different size. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can
5,
you
6,
squeeze
7,
it and block it?
8. Oh my gosh, it's so much smaller. That one's not done. So they're 10 rounds around. 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
funny.
5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, that one's not finished either. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna have to go back and count all of them.
9. No, that one's 10. Okay, but this one is definitely not finished.
So how big is the finished blanket gonna be?
Well, it's going to be 6 by 6. So I think it's going to be about 60 by 60 with some kind of border around it. So the border...
What a beautiful
blanket.
blanket.
Had it in my head. Thank you. I think it's going to be gorgeous.
What is, because they seem like they're all consistently the same brand of yarn.
It's almost all Rios. This is like my dream blanket.
Oh, wow.
It's not all Rios. Like this brown I just pulled out is like a mystery color.
But it's awful. But it's in the same texture as Rios.
Yeah,
so it plays well with
an
it.
energetic superwash merino that feels
Look
real
at that
good.
color.
Well, I don't remember what this one's called.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's just magenta. This one
Or
might just
fuchsia,
be
maybe?
magenta. Yeah, like I think it's on the nose.
Yeah.
This color. It's
That's
a
a
real
good-
hot pink.
I love that.
This gold color that I really
Sunset.
like. Yeah, I love sunset.
I know that one.
Yep. I'm using that in a sweater.
That's a good one.
Which red is that one? That's
This is Ravelry Red.
Ravelry red.
Yep. Purple Mystery. This is the
Yep.
skein I found randomly in my bag when we were recording one day.
Oh,
I think it was
nice.
just the last one. I was like, what is this purple thing?
Oh, that's perfect.
So these top ones and the 4 colors I have left to do were all like bought for the blanket.
Uh-huh.
The rest were ones that were like in my stash. So I had a hat I never really liked from, I taught it as a class, but it was more work than I wanted to put into a hat. So this is cyan.
Yeah.
It's like glows. This is a mystery yarn that there was like enough of.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Because this looks like the yarn over truck colorway from Zen Yarn Garden.
It could be. It's delicious.
Oh,
I've
California
used-
Love.
That's my
it,
guess.
that's it.
Like the
It's-
DK version.
It
of
was in the stash exchange last year, and it was like enough, not enough to put into a hat, but
That
enough
is
to put
such a
into this.
coveted color.
Really?
Because they discontinued California Love.
Well, it's gorgeous.
If that's
So-
what it is. Otherwise, it's a dupe for it.
It's
I'm
gorgeous.
pretty sure it is because I worked with the smaller weight version of that.
It's
I did
it's
too.
like this
Yeah.
I made a shawl.
lovely, like rainy, stormy sky gray
Mhm.
with
Little pops
splotches of teal and a rust color and a
little
little
bit,
bit of
yeah.
olive green.
I was gonna say like a
and-
gingerbread.
Yeah, yeah. It's gorgeous. I'm glad I got one square of it, and thank you to whoever threw it in the exchange. This one is green and purple and blue, and it came from an indie dyer in Seattle from the big market up there, Pike's Place. He was, selling at a little table. I
Cool.
have the ball band somewhere.
That's teal feather, right?
No.
No,
This
still.
is the other one that always I'm like, oh, there's teal feather. The pool. Custom
Reflecting pool?
Yes, it's reflecting pool. This is teal
There
feather.
it
Which
is.
is slightly darker. There it is.
So I have three of teal feather, 3 in cyan. That California Love, perhaps. There's 1. But everything else gave me like 2. So and then this little brown one, I don't have no idea what it is, but it's
But
lovely.
the pop of lime is wonderful.
So how long does it take you to make a square?
Maybe 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Maybe. Because it gets boring.
Yeah.
So I try to, and that might be why this one's short, this orange one.
Because you're like,
Do you
I'm
have-
done.
Because
do you
I
have
do
more of that
like-
yarn?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm fine. So I start like with the first 4, and then, which is the same number of clusters as the last round of 10.
Right.
So I do 4 of each of the colors I've got wound, and then I do 1 round of each one. So that I'm like,
Oh, like
Amused.
processing through
Yeah.
different colors.
so
Smart.
I probably was like, I'm done. And I still had 2 rounds to go on this one orange
Right.
one.
How are you going to put it together?
So this is a question I'm glad you've asked, because at some point I'll need you guys' eyeballs.
Okay.
In my head, I think I wanted Plomo to be the color. Because
That's like
when
a
I
gray?
was, it's like a dark,
It's kind of like a
No.
purpley gray.
wait.
Like a lavender gray.
But see, I
Yeah.
can't remember if it was Plomo or if it was Pearl 10. Which is
Oh.
also like that, only
But
a
Pearl
little
10's
more
a warmer.
brown.
Yeah.
I think it was
Like a warm
Pearl
gray.
10. You know what? I just realized how I could solve this. Hey, Kelly, did you carry Plomo or did you carry Pearl 10? Because I saw it
What
in
if she says she
person.
carried both?
Then I'll
I-
go back to my other
Oh,
solution.
are you talking about these squares on top?
No.
Oh.
This is something else. It's cloud,
could be Pearl
cloud
10.
gray, I think
Oh.
it is. No. Pearl is what you're thinking of. Because I've been studying this very
Oh,
carefully
that's right.
recently.
Pearl 10.
Because I can't remember if it was
This is
Plomo.
real like insider baseball on
Yes.
Malabrigo colors.
But some of you are eating it up because you probably the person who's
you need
loving
some
this.
anniversario in that blanket. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know, but I don't want it.
Okay.
I
Never
went
mind.
with chameleon.
Oh, that's
because
such a good color.
anniversario can get muddy, and
Okay.
these are all like very clarified
See,
jewel tones.
and that chameleon marries all your colors beautifully. It has bits of the red, bits of the orange.
yeah, so when
It's
it
got some,
pops up a couple times, it'll make sense.
and since you don't have much in the way of green, it fills in the green.
Which is shocking, right?
Right.
But that's okay because that gives you all you need, and it still marries
And
the
just have that
teal
line.
and the blue and the purples
Right.
together.
Right. But yes, I love Anniversario, and I thought about it.
Okay. As long as it was considered.
Yes. So I'm thinking I want 3 hanks of whatever color it is.
Uh-huh.
So I was going to buy 3 of Pearl 10
Or
and
whatever.
3 of Plomo,
Uh-huh.
and then look at them in real life. Because Super Buzzy is out of both of those colors. Otherwise, I would just go back to the source of where I bought the other indulgences. So I'm looking around for 3 of each, and then I'm going to bring them in and say, hey guys, which one do you think? And the other one is enough to make some small sweater.
Right.
So that's my plan. That's where I am now.
Love
I'm
it.
almost done with the squares, which I'm trying. Maybe I can have your permission to just call it a finished project when I finish my squares. No. Oh, fine.
I want to see you wrapped up in a blanket.
All right. Because it's going to be a little while before I feel like ordering that yarn. Because I'm finding it lots of places, but not the amount I want. So that's going to be a minute.
Nice.
So I've been doing a lot of work on the squares, thus being close to completion. But then I got bored of that. And then I wanted something basic to do. So a popular blanket that people have been making around us is on the porch. And so I was wandering around a craft store and I found 6 balls of random self-striping that kind of work together. They're not all the same color. I have 3 colors, 2 of each. So I'm making on the porch, and it's going to blend into each of them.
Nice.
Which is delightful because as far as knitting goes, I only have a brain for this stockinette and garter stitch.
Love it.
And
a granny square, maybe.
Yeah, I mean granny squares are almost a little too engaging.
You gotta think
right
a
now.
little bit harder.
Yeah.
You gotta count to 3 over and over and
yeah.
over.
So I mean, obviously this one's short. So I do end up with like a little bit of each of the balls left over, and so I was like, I'm gonna make a little scrappy, elongated granny square. So I'm taking each of the little scrappies from everything, and I'm making this scrappy.
How are you doing that?
I'm doing a magic knot.
Oh.
And I'm tying it together. I even have anything that's worsted weight and nice yarn, or medium nice. Like I stole all of your leftovers from the trash of your excellent blanket.
Yep.
It was your best crochet make.
Familiar.
Here's all
for being an acrylic, it's a nice acrylic.
It's nice, yeah. Here's all of the
this
kind of reddish pink band is all the leftovers from my reddish pink scrapper cardi. I have all these ice cream colors that came from hats I made for my simple hat class. And here's the first few squares and their leftovers. I mean, I had a lot of that leftover. That road to California. What is it called?
California Love.
Yeah. Well, that's in this too.
Anne says, I get bored of granny squares, so she starts another granny square.
Well, this one's fun because it's insane.
Sure.
And then if I'm winding your yarn and it's worsted weight and there's long ties, I'm going to steal those ties.
For a cluster?
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea.
There's one little pink
I love that.
cluster, and I know that's from somebody's ties. So anything good, I stole your hand spun that was left over. This is your hand spun.
From
it's
what?
not stealing.
You threw it in the trash.
Oh, okay.
No. Once it's in the trash, it is not.
When? What did I use that for?
You made a hat. It was in your big grip of hats.
Yeah.
And I was that's a huge ball of hand spun.
Okay. Well, it's not. It was 4 grams maybe.
Technically, once you throw it in the
6,
trash,
7, 8,
it's public
9,
domain.
10, 11, 12.
I can just leave
13.
my garbage outside your door if you want.
It's 13 clusters.
Okay.
I mean, that's huge.
Hey, a little bit of dumpster dive for yarn.
I didn't even have dumpster dive. It's just right here next to the water cooler. So that's
I want a T-shirt. I want that on a T-shirt. I dumpster dive for yarn. Maybe not.
That's what they all think we do anyway. Right?
I wouldn't put it past me, but I haven't done it. But I might.
Nor have I.
If there was something good in there,
right? I don't think I have. Yeah, no, I have not. I just picked through the trash on top. But
you know what?
It's fun.
Let's put a little plate outside our door, and we'll just feed it with little. It'll be like a little. It should be a little bird that comes and nibbles on the.
Well, no, I did show you I would do 1 cluster's worth. So I think I even have something here that's like one stitch. Oh, this is my favorite spot. I had just the teeny tiniest bit, but it's still 3 stitches worth. So I have not done less than 3 stitches. But it's this like
I'm probably
hot.
going to have some left over of this espresso if you
Well,
want some.
if you want, it's a waste not project.
Exactly.
So, oh wait, no, that goes further because this is where your hands fun begins.
Yeah.
It's almost 30. Like I bet it's 30 clusters.
Whoa.
That's 90 double crochet. So I have plenty of my orange left over. It is the biggest ball of leftover.
Yeah. Well, you need it.
Huh.
Say that for the bigger when it gets bigger, so it's not like more than
Maybe.
one round.
But that's a good point. It's interesting, like the impact that a color would have in a scrappy grinding square.
Right.
The closer you are into the center. So I worked a little bit on that. But that's all. I really haven't had the brain for yarn right now.
Yeah.
It's weird. But
I also am a fan of the Brainless project, which is why I'm knitting an on the porch blanket.
oh my gosh! On the porch twinsies!
I have a sweater's worth of this
Oh, I was afraid of that.
denim yarn. But it feels so nice after being washed that I was like, this would make a really nice baby blanket. Like, it's cotton and it's soft. So that's what it's going to be, a baby
Nice.
blanket. And I was in the same brain of like, I need something really stupid easy to work on. So I'm in the 5 inches of garter stitch for the border right now. And it's been great. So,
And you know what? I really wanted to rush through that.
yeah, I know. I'm like,
And
oh,
I'm
get
like,
to the next
but
part, but why?
then I'm like, but why? Why are you doing that? This is the point of this. Is
you get to do it again at the top.
It's true. I kind of, part of it was that I wanted to know how much do I need to know? Like, how much do I need on the other end?
You're right.
So that's like a brain thing I'm always worrying about is I gotta weigh that.
Yeah.
To make sure I know.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working. This is the sweater. This is the yarn from the sweater that was failed, and then I got more yarn from the company to replace it. So
that's good.
what this is. I'm also working on a cross stitch project. Because I saw this
She
pattern
picked up
and I thought it was
stitch.
cute. Well, I have cross stitched before many times.
I know,
but it's been a while.
I got the sense that you didn't like it as
Oh
much.
no, I do love it. I just have to be
awesome.
in the mood for it. And I'm not always like it's one of those things that comes and goes quickly. Like I'll do a project and then I'll forget about it for like 5 years and be like, I should cross stitch again. So I'm making us a project.
Ooh, I like that.
Everything is stuck to it though. So this is gonna go in our bathroom. It says wash your hands.
Thank
Oh,
you.
it's pretty.
With a cute, not that I don't assume that you guys wash your hands, but it's also,
We're
topical.
thinking ahead
That
for when
red
we
little
have
burst
people.
looks like a little coronavirus.
Oh yeah, no, it's not supposed to. It says wash your hands in the middle. It's got like a floral wreath around it, and I have already screwed up. Kind of bad. It's like one stitch off, so I gotta like move the whole chart over and readjust everything. But it took me like half an hour of staring at the chart to be like, why aren't I at that spot right? Like, my brain doesn't work. Is what I'm trying to say. My brain
Join the club.
My brain don't work right now. So, but I think I can figure it out.
Well,
so
it's real cute.
it's been very fun and also like brainless enough where I can like it's enough paying attention where obviously I wasn't paying attention too much because I screwed up, but like
It's enough
just
that you don't have the budget for that amount of payment.
yeah, it's just over the amount of brain capacity I can
Damn it,
handle
I'm
right
overdrawn by 50 cents.
But I've been working on that. That's fun. I've been doing that at night. And then I have a pair of mittens. I was hoping to finish one of them today, but I didn't get it done. So these are
I have plans for mittens.
These are my Inspired by Bernie mittens.
Oh.
Yeah, but they're such better colors.
Yes. So they're actually the same colors except for not brown. I have like a teal. But I had all this yarn in my stash, and I kind of Frankensteined a couple different patterns together. So the color work motif is inspired by Bernie's mittens. And
It's
the
really
colors
close.
are similar, but except for I have this tealy blue color instead of brown. But
That's
his
not
are
a
also
problem.
white and gold and kind of color. So
I love it because part of my not making that, there's a few things.
uh-huh.
I don't know how deep I should dive into this, but one thing is
Let's keep surface level.
I don't love the colors.
Right.
I mean, I like the colors, but I don't love the colors.
I'm sick of the meme at this point. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I cast on the day of.
That's perfect.
And
That's
I like
the day to do it.
I like the finished project, so I will finish them.
Yeah.
I am bored of the meme, like
Yeah.
everybody is at this point.
Yeah.
Well, the
Especially
thing is,
next
if
week when you guys are hearing it.
here's where I'm going to stop with my dive because
Okay.
Bernie was the candidate I wanted. If you love him so much,
Where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, too little, too late. Thank you so much for this meme. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, that's it.
That's the other thing I resist. I'm like, I'm not getting on this bandwagon because you.
Because everybody. Well, and
I
it's
get my-
classic.
I get frustrated because I
non-bandwagon
see a
jumper.
lot of
Fair enough.
a lot of memes that are just negative. It's like, okay, clearly you didn't like him, but you don't have to make fun of him.
Really?
I've seen it.
I've seen any
I've
nags.
seen generally fun and funny ones,
Yeah.
but I also don't have a Facebook account.
Yeah, I don't
So
Facebook anymore.
No.
So.
I
Facebook
finally,
bad. I know go on Facebook.
Yeah.
I finally stopped. I finally cut some people off because I'm like, I just don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
Well,
And we're never gonna agree. We're just not.
the meme was really funny
It
a
was.
week ago.
Yes.
So that's when I started these mittens.
Yes.
And I will finish them because I like. So the yarn is 4 different colors of Brooklyn tweed shelter that I had in my stash for
Oh.
some project where they were all going to go together.
Ironically, I do have the darkest brown of that.
I had a brown
yarn.
in my stash that would have worked. It wasn't shelter, but I could have done Bernie colors, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I like it better with
I don't want someone
like
to look
the
at my
teal.
mittens and be like, "Wow, nice Bernie Sanders mittens." And be like, "Thank you." They're also completely different, but
I mean, I'd probably love to buy mittens from the woman that he bought
Right.
the mittens from,
Mm-hmm.
but I would want to pick my own mittens.
I think those are all of the projects that I brought with me today: mittens, sweater, blanket, cross stitch.
Nice.
So, what have you finished, Karen?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, yeah, you
no,
said
no,
that.
no, no. You finished like how many of your cute little
Gadget cozies.
gadget cozies?
Oh, okay.
This is what
Technically,
I'm
I
saying.
did do that. I've got 10 or 11. I got 11. I finished 11. I made these gadget cozies from this beautiful ombre, but kind of a grungy ombre. I don't know. It doesn't just blend from one color to another. It's almost like you can almost see mountains and frequencies or something in it, whichever way your brain is looking at it. I forget the name of it, but it's by Juicy Juice, like Giuseppe, whatever his last name is.
I have no
Anyway.
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's the fabric itself.
No, yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I don't know who that is.
So yeah, I made a bunch of gadget cozies. They're really handy. I use them all the time. I use more than one because there's one at work and one that goes in my bag or all around the house. They hold up my phone because I listen to audiobooks while I'm cooking dinner, and it's nice to have it upright.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And they're up on our website. to
and
buy.
they're up on the website. You can have
In
your
our-
own.
in our boutique. That'll probably be a year-round thing.
Yep.
Yep.
So
We'll
always
just
stay
keep
tuned to
adding
see
to it.
what we've.
We'll just
updated.
throw things up there when we feel like it, or
Yep.
maybe we'll plan something someday.
Yeah.
Mostly, this was a month of planning, so I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna dip my toe back into the design waters, and I've got my yarn came really, really quick, which is good because the deadline's next week. Next week, British time, so Sunday British midnight really means 2 p.m. on Saturday.
I know something that you finished.
What did I finish?
You sewed a test project for me.
I did.
Oh,
I
Both
use it-
finished
Yeah,
something.
I
this
don't
month.
worry,
finished.
mine's in my
Okay, good.
stack,
I
don't
finished,
worry.
and I've been using it every day.
Good.
Too. So actually, I've got my eye on your other pattern too. I
Oh, you
ordered
can
some
make that.
clear acrylics so I can
Oh,
make that one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking that would be like the only way I want to go with project bags, but I don't want to sew with vinyl.
So I'll talk about it just as we're talking about it. It will be a class, but
That's
I
a different
finished
one.
like 4 of these this month. So the ones you saw with the tinted vinyl.
Where do you find tinted vinyl? I'm in
Joann's.
love with those. Oh, okay. That's
Whoa,
easy.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
That
whoa.
easy.
Such an exotic
I
place.
know. The ones you saw with the tinted vinyl were like my prototype, and then I zhuzhed some things to make it a little bit better. So I
Cool.
Design-
I like zhuzhing.
and filmed. I filmed it twice. The first time I did it, I edited everything, and I uploaded them, and then I was like, I could do it better. So then I deleted everything, and I refilmed everything, and I re-edited everything, and I re-uploaded everything. So I've been very busy this week, and my brain is dead.
Jeez.
But if you take that class, please send me an email and say thank you, because I worked so hard.
Yes.
The Clear Front Project Bag is a really catchy title, but that's what I have.
I like
So-
a pattern that says what it is in the name.
It is what it is.
There's
It's got
so
a
much
vinyl window in the
mystery.
front so you can see what project is in what bag. Thank you, Xenia, for telling me I should make this project class because it was totally inspired by her.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made a bunch of these this week.
It's like a great size. It's not too big. It's not too.
This is
It's
my
not a
favorite
pouch. It's like a nice
project bag
medium
size.
size.
It's the same size as my zippered project bags that I make in the other class. So it's based off that. It's like
I like the clear
don't
front because then I don't have to keep opening the bags to find what's in it.
that's the idea. So there's clear. These are just with the plain clear acrylic or vinyl. I made some with the tinted vinyl that I got at Joann's, but I have ordered from a woman on Instagram. Her name is SEW, So Happy Hippie, and she sells all kinds of different vinyl, and she has glitter vinyl.
Oh.
So I'm like, I really need to make like a glitter unicorn rainbow like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna order some glitter vinyl from her. And
We're
make
just
more.
gonna pretend that my birthday hasn't happened, and
Sure.
that
Well, you
would
got
be-
a nice birthday present. Your
I
next
also
birthday's
I
coming.
did.
Yeah.
I did, and
Yeah.
I've actually been carrying that one around too.
Your next birthday's
I'm
coming.
sorry I interloped into your. What did you finish?
I think she might
No,
be done though.
okay.
I know that was.
I think that should
You
be
were
a
helping
welcome,
me
a
along.
welcome interlope.
Yeah.
Okay, Ann.
Okay, so I have been sewing a lot. Whoops, I'm caught on the microphone. Maybe not. Anyway,
No,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah. You are.
okay. Well, I'll fix it in a
Go
second.
over.
Okay. So I am obsessed with a by hand London sewing pattern that you can get as a PDF called the Sarah shirt, and I have. So first, near the end of December, I saw this really cute Phase of the Moon fabric from Fancy Tiger Crafts. They're based in Colorado, easy to order online from them. And I was like, I'm gonna buy this fancy, lovely cotton that's like I don't know, $12 a yard, and I'm gonna practice this shirt on something cheaper. So I went to Joann's and I found something that was like $4.50 a yard or something, and I cut it out, and so I need about like a size 20 in US patterns for most measurements, but for some reason, like I don't think I have terribly narrow shoulders, but the size 20 is always enormous on me in the shoulders. So I had to take this in, and I just kept dissecting this shirt until it fit perfectly. So, and that happened in phases. So first I ripped everything out from having the sleeves in, the yoke assembled. No, it was great because I knew it was going to fit better, and that this is a wearable muslin, so that's the point of it.
It's also easy to rip things out when you're taking it in because you don't have to be so
that
careful.
too. Yeah.
That's true.
So it's not an oh no. It's a this is the process, and I want it to be. I'm looking for the perfect button down shirt, which this is almost. It's not quite because I want it to be something you can make out of every fabric. This shirt is best in a drapey fabric, but it's okay in this quilter's cotton. So I ripped it back, I fixed the yoke, I tried it on, perfect. Then I'm like, but it's not exactly right in the armholes because those were still kind of big and gaping. So I was like, I'm gonna cut out another one, and I accidentally, like the weirdest accident, I traced the width and the size of the sleeve I needed, but the smallest size and the largest size had the same, like a very similar dashed line. So I did part of the sleeve on the size I needed, and the rest of the sleeve on the smallest. And it was a good fit in the back.
It was a happy accident.
So then I thought I'll try that on the front, but I'm going to cut out another one.
Right.
And see how that goes. So I sewed that all the way up and perfect. So then I'm like, now I have to take this practice shirt apart again, recut the front, and then reassemble it again. So I have actually assembled this shirt 3 times.
Okay.
And it fits great. And it has these disco ball shiny buttons on
those
it.
are fun.
It takes
serious
a lot
buttons.
of buttons.
It's a great collar.
Is it annoying to put on?
No,
it
because
has so many buttons?
what's nuts is like the head hole is big enough that I can just slip it on and never have to unbutton it again.
Nice.
They didn't have enough of the disco ball ones, so I got a different like aqua color. Kind of looks like
a marble.
Yeah, like a planet, weird.
But
planet.
it picks up colors from your shirt. So.
Yeah, it all works. It's perfect. So I have that other one that I'm working on, but then the collar didn't like suit it. so I'm doing an admiral collar on it instead.
What's an
instead of
admiral collar for those
so
of
like
us?
if you just take the collar stand from a shirt, which is just the little part that the collar attaches to,
Mm-hmm.
and it just stands up like a military uniform.
Oh, okay.
So then I have this perfectly assembled polka dot collar, so I'm going to make a black shirt for the polka dot collar to go on to.
Yeah.
You're
And then-
starting with the collar and building
then,
the out.
Yeah, and then I
building
want
the
to
shirt
make
out.
like a interesting sleeve. I want to take the sleeve and make it poofier, so I'm going to cut out a whole nother one to make like a really poofy sleeve and expand the sleeve pattern. So that fits beautifully now. So the thing I'm most excited about, I'm going to stand up so that they can see it, is the one I'm wearing.
Yes.
Which is all stash fabric.
It's the same. It's the same shirt.
It's the same shirt,
Wow.
but I didn't do the collar.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I did.
I like it with the tie.
A tie that I hand sewed the whole way. Ugh.
Wow.
And I hand sewed the hem, which I have not done a hand sewn hem in probably 10 years.
Why did you do that?
Because this fabric wasn't laying right.
Mm.
So it's a mix of this like cool graphic color rayon that was a Nicole Miller. The graphic that's like, how do I describe this? Like
It's kind of like feedback, like
Yeah.
on a TV or
Or
something.
hash,
like
not
a
quite-
grid that's fuzzy, but it's crisp.
like a
It's
Twilight
kind of
Zone.
like an urban camouflage kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay, and it's black and white, and grays. And then I have this black with white polka dots that I've used in 2 other projects. I made half of a dress. I mixed it with a plaid flannel once for a real fun dress. And then I used it as one of the tiers on one of my twirly skirts.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the 3rd project that
Wow.
this has been in.
I mean, black and white polka dot. You can't go wrong.
No, it's so fun. The cuffs, I doubled the size of the cuffs.
Uh-huh.
This is when you go on Instagram and you see all the weird, cool things that people have done with their projects.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I've made 2 other things with this weird the crisscross gray and white.
Uh-huh.
I went to put buttonholes in this, and it started to shred.
Oh.
And the buttons weren't stitching.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, maybe my needle's bad. Change my needle. No. Then I did it on a piece of muslin, and it made the buttonhole. So
This was like the automatic buttonhole on your machine?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I figured I did do snaps, and then I had to order the snap setter and blah, 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 blah. But I put snaps in.
It looks
I like it.
I put white pearl snaps on it.
It's all
And this,
snaps.
Yeah.
Nice.
This might, I'm there. This fabric's kind of delicate for pulling it apart, so thank God
You
I
just
could
gotta
just
be
pull it
careful.
over my head.
Oh yeah.
But I love this so much. I'm gonna like wear it forever. And it was all stash.
Nice.
Look how my armholes fit.
It looks beautiful.
It is
them,
really
guys.
perfect.
Look at how my shoulder fit. This is like a dream. 12-year-old Anne Sewing would have never thought she would care about fitting
Right.
something this carefully. And this is so Joann's had their remnant 75% off for like the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a bunch of really nice flannel remnants. Their snuggle flannels actually, like the solids are actually like a nice thick. So I put together a Cali shirt, which I've seen people do mix and match Cali shirts, which is a closet core pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like 5 different flannels in this. The front are 2 different greens.
That took a lot of planning.
Meh.
Or you just did it.
I just did it.
Let it be random.
And I pre-washed my fabric because
Yes.
flannel will shrink.
Oh,
So you don't want your outfit to shrink, right? So I did the tunic length with a button band. And I just wanted a big comfy flannel shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, oh, a flannel shirt should have long sleeves, and this is like a drop shoulder, weird fake short sleeve. So I'm gonna see what kind of sleeves I can throw on in my pattern collection. And
Reminds me of an artist's sleeve.
yeah, it's like this big. So I found a peasant shirt I had that had like a big piece that you could just add on to the same kind of drop shoulder sleeve, and I added this big poofy dramatic sleeve. Then after I'd already cut this out and assembled I actually assembled it the whole way except the collar and the hem of the sleeves. I found out that Closet Core did a sleeve expansion.
Oh.
And there is a long sleeve for the
Please
Cali
have to
shirt.
make another one.
So I have another one, which was already in the works of the dress length
Uh-huh.
that I was going to do this big dumb sleeve on. But I wanted to see how I like the big dumb sleeve, which it's okay. Like
I love
like
the
it.
buttons. The buttons totally go with the wood. It's got that woodsy.
Yeah.
flannel the way they're kind of brown.
Anne doesn't camp, but that would be a great
Okay.
camping shirt.
It would be a great.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Sorry.
I wore it home, and my husband was kind of teasing me about it. And then I asked Mirabella, who will give me the truth, and she's my 9-year-old. She said, "Well, Mom, it looks like a camping shirt, and you don't like camping."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, but look though, there is a fire, but there is nothing about camping. There are 2 bears, and there are pine trees, and it says adventure awaits. Be brave. I like the outdoors. I just don't want to sleep there." So, and I would like go to your campfire and then go to my comfy bed. So
They go back to the
this-
hotel.
Yeah, this is a very honest shirt. I'm sorry.
If I ever invite you to my campsite, you have to wear that shirt.
I will happily do that.
Although I have a comfy bed because I don't sleep in a tent
right.
anymore.
So, yeah.
Come on.
I do sleep in a
Blow
tent
up.
if I want to rough it. I'm not above that, but I do have a comfy
I'm
bed.
Wait.
not above it
Okay.
either. I just don't
It's
like
still
it.
look. I did it through all my pregnancies, late into the pregnancy. You just take
Did
the
someone
air
force
mattress
you?
and you blow it up using the plug it into the car.
Yep.
And yeah, it's nice because when you're really big in your pregnancy and you don't have to roll very far off of it to get onto your knees onto the ground.
Oh, that's an interesting point. But I'm never going to be pregnant again.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
But I'm never going camping.
No, I would like. I'm open to camper camping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You know, there's some great campsites where you can also rent a cabin.
yeah,
So you could come hang out at my campsite and then go to your cabin.
yeah, like Yosemite. I'm interested in staying there if I could get one of the cabins.
Yes.
because what a beautiful place.
I'm thinking. I'm hearing another. When things open up, another
Oh,
company
yeah,
road
that'd be
trip.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I'd be
We
into
could
that.
go to,
But you have to wake up at like exactly when they open those.
No,
Just okay.
I was
No,
looking
you make
at
reservations,
I was
I'm
looking
sure.
at cabins last night for.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Yosemite stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking at like Lake Chuma, which is not that fancy, but they have cabins there, fully furnished with
They
kitchens.
do, and I've seen them.
And they also have yurts. So if you want to rough it a
Yeah.
little
Ooh,
bit,
a
you can get a
yurt.
yurt.
Yeah. All right. So my last finished
Yes,
object
sorry.
is well, no, it's okay. It's your thing. We got to test Katie's new ultimate tote bag,
Ultimate tote bag.
It's awesome.
and it's very good.
This is also a class.
Yes. So take this class, make this bag. You're gonna learn a lot because, like I said to Katie, I am a very experienced sewist.
I love the details that you put. The ribbon that you have on those handles is perfect.
Thank
It's a
you.
awesome compliment.
So I'm an experienced sewist, but a novice bag maker. So there's some like trends in
We're
bag
like
making.
opposites because I'm an experienced bag maker, but I am a novice when it comes to garments. You say words like color stand, I'm like, ugh.
Well, thanks for asking what it was. So there was some things like how you put a zipper in and use a bigger zipper than you need that were like interesting to me for using. So my zipper turned out all right.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I used all stash fabric. So I have some Tula pink from her True Colors. That's in like olive drab with a
I love
vibrant teal, and it needs a yard for the lining, and I only had a half a yard of each. So part of it is these polka dots, and part of
Mhm.
it's her stripes, and it's real cute.
If there is ever a print that is an Anne, it's a polka dot.
Yeah, that's interesting because I feel like that's Mirabella's influence
But
because she
I
loves
see
polka
you
dot
do-
everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think like when someone around you likes something, you find yourself drawn to it
Yeah.
more, right?
Did you interface the what is your
Yes,
exterior fabric?
I did. So it's a canvas,
Uh-huh.
and I bought the SF 100.
Yep.
And I did interface
101.
it. That's what I meant.
Yep.
101. And somebody bought. It was on sale, right? And somebody bought like there were 2 sealed packages when I went.
Uh-huh.
Someone bought the whole sealed, one of the whole
I
sealed
have
ones.
considered doing that, but I priced it out and it was still too expensive.
Do it from Amazon.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I did the math, and it's like $250 a yard on the
Over-
Amazon bulk.
Overstock.com. You get the same 10 yards but you get it 60 inches wide instead of 20 inches wide, and it's still it costs 1/3 of what the equivalent yardage would be even at Joann's.
A $75 bolt or a 25-yard bolt was $75 on Amazon. So I think it all works out about the same. I like the 20 inches because it's like manageable.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
like having two. I mean, if you're making a big project, but
So yeah, you can
Nice.
handle it if
Thank
you want.
you.
See how the interfacing turned out.
oh yeah, it looks great.
And yes, so used webbing for the handles, and I took some ribbon and I ran some ribbon down the center of the
It's
ribbing
very
Mhm.
because I had to pick white, which is just going to be bad very quickly.
Yeah.
So
This will
Yeah.
cover it up a little
yeah,
bit.
So the
um,
webbing I have is more of the plasticky kind, which is not attractive. So I completely enclosed
Let me
it
go
in
get it.
fabric.
I
But
think
it's
that's a
extra
good.
work.
I think that's a good solution when people are personalizing this pattern is
Hmm.
um, to use their fabric.
But honestly, if you get the cotton webbing, and it usually only comes in white, a ribbon down the center just does
Yes.
wonders.
So I'm going to.
Ooh, look at those. Oh, look at the plaid.
Ooh.
So this is my photo sample because this is my nicest one. This is with is it Rifle Paper Company
Yes.
canvas?
I believe so.
That I got at
Super.
Fabric Town.
Oh,
Um,
I did not know that they carried that.
oh yeah, they have a couple different ones. So this was like
Good to
a
know.
splurge purchase for the canvas because it was
Because I have a gift certificate from Christmas for there that I
There you
can
go.
make use of.
So I used the Rifle Paper Company canvas for the exterior, and then the lining is like this kind of like
Ooh.
I don't
Looks
know.
like a rattan.
Yeah, like a rattan. I don't know. I think it went with it, and it has brown handles. And then this is the one that I videoed for the class, and this is some outdoor fabric from Joann's, and
That's a great idea though for a bag. Because their outdoor fabric is not expensive, and
no,
a
it's
bag
and it's
gets
usually on sale.
but a bag gets the exterior gets a lot of wear and tear,
Mm-hmm.
and outdoor fabric is a lot cheaper than buying printed canvas.
The
Mhm.
Rifle Paper Company one has like big like banana leaves on it, like it's tropical. This one is like a tan plaid, like it kind of reminds me of like a Burberry kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
exactly
I
what it's
don't
supposed to be.
recommend buying a plaid because I wasn't
Trying to
thinking,
match up was
so I didn't try and match it. I
Yeah.
just did it.
You'd have to
That's
fussy
perfectly
cut.
No,
fine.
I wasn't gonna
That's
think
expensive.
that hard.
So I know this qualifies as like, what are you working on? But I
Yeah.
want to show you the next one I'm going to make.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized.
Are you gonna make another
Or it doesn't
one?
matter. Well, I brought it home and Marabella's like, that's a bag that looks like it could really be for me. And I was like,
Okay.
but it's for me.
Uh-huh.
So
I made it so it would be big enough to put my laptop in. It would probably, I don't know if it would fit. The studio laptop's bigger than mine.
maybe.
But it would be
It
a good,
might.
not that people are going to school, but it would also be a good school bag.
Yes. So
I think what I would do is I might line it in foam to give it a little give it a little more protection.
Yeah, you could do that.
But that would
Go ahead.
Ooh, that's pretty.
so I have because like I got these. They're called mini bolts of
I
fabric.
saw that in the garbage and I was wondering where it was from.
from Tuesday morning.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
nice.
who knows where it was from originally? That's where my thing
Yeah.
with the little mini bolts.
Is it
So-
just a yard?
Yeah, it's 1 yard, 60 inches wide. Oh, this one's only 57. Oh no, but you only call
Close
for
enough.
45, so
Yeah.
it was punny. So this is like a white with gold
It's like
circles all over
beautiful
it.
metallic.
Yeah.
Cute.
But the circles are nice and odd
They look like
shaped.
zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Look at
then
that.
I
Of different
have
sizes.
this cute okay, so raisin colored webbing with this little
I
Valentine
would call it
ribbon.
raspberry.
Well, I'm calling it raisin because when I went to get the zippers, they called this color raisin.
Oh.
But you're right, raspberry
That's
is a better
raspberry.
name for these. Um.
I love the gold hearts on that little
So
ribbon.
yeah, it's like a creamy natural color ribbon with gold hearts on it, and I'm gonna run that down the center of the
Cute.
webbing, and then I had more of the true colors because I had like a whole different project
Uh-huh.
in mind
Yeah.
for these. So stripes in like a orchid and I don't know, like a soft or a fuchsia sort of.
I love the stripes of true colors. It reminds me of Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You know, she made this new quilt though that is a quilt pattern where she pieced it all together with her solids.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like the whole reason true colors came to be.
So
with
why
these
would you
stripes.
piece it all if it's-
I'm like, huh. I mean,
Interesting.
whatever. It's a cool looking
That's
thing,
funny.
and she's trying to promote her solids. So I'm really excited to put this
Nice.
together. When I left, when Kevin asked me if I'd be home tonight, I was like, no, podcast. And she didn't hear me say that. She's like, oh, are you going to work on my bag? So
No.
anyway, that's what
Nice.
that's what I want to make. Because yes, it's a great pattern. I want to make another one.
Great. Well, that's all that I've finished is those two bags and the clear front project bags for class. All I've done is like I feel like do class stuff this month. So
Yeah, I totally recognize that feeling.
Well, why don't we play a game?
Game.
So we were trying to come up with ideas for what we were going to talk about today, and Anne found a scavenger hunt.
Indoor scavenger.
So what we did is we took this list, and we all went into our offices, and we had a 10-minute time limit to find all of the things on this list.
Or as much as we could, which
Yes.
is
Or as many things as you could.
I did pretty good. How do you guys think?
I think
about?
I only missed a couple things, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So,
Same.
are we like is this a thing I can win? Are we keeping score? Are we gonna vote on what the best thing is, or like?
Oh, is this? Oh, we're getting competitive.
Like out of all 3
I've never
things,
seen
are we gonna
this
pick and
side.
then someone gets like a point?
Huh.
What do we win?
Huh.
Oh
Well,
gosh,
I
the three of us
we
are
should have talked about
competitive.
this before
I
we started.
definitely thought that this should be like the thing you could win for
Okay.
sure. I was just thinking like the person who fulfills the most things. But
I
this
like
is
the
so
idea of like
interesting.
what's the so one of the prompts. Let's just
So
like,
is it
pick
like
one.
the bluest thing, or is it
or like the like stuffed animal? I don't know. Like what's the most interesting or funny or like the best version of that available?
That's gonna be hard to choose because I got some really good stuff.
Well, obviously you vote for yourself every time.
Well,
right?
that's a good. How about you can't vote for yourself and there's 3 of us, so someone's gonna win.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, I'll keep score.
Put this down here.
So, let me write this down. Can we go backwards in the list because all of my things are buried?
Yes, let's do that. That's so smart because I'm like, well, my
I didn't
something
to the
blue
bottom.
is
You
in
guys
there.
went in order. I just went in randomness. It's like, oh my, I see one of those,
Well,
and I see
how
one of
each
those.
of us attacks a list.
And would you like to be in charge of calling out the category?
I would be happy to do that. Let me just list it. Okay, so sunglasses. Nothing. Nah. All right,
Oh,
Katie
I get a
wins.
point.
Yeah.
Automatically,
You don't
Katie.
have sunglasses in
Well,
your purse?
no, because I only do that when I'm wearing contacts and I haven't done that like in a year.
Oh,
so.
okay. I win.
You win. All right.
I got sunglasses.
Oh, some.
Can I talk about my sunglasses?
Yeah, they're
So
great.
these are from the Lizzo and Key collection. So
Huh.
Key sunglasses are like an Australian brand and they're relatively affordable, but these were designed by Lizzo. So
Oh,
That's
I had to buy
awesome.
them.
They're
Okay.
pretty fabulous.
That's it.
Okay. Something broken.
So now it's been so long since I picked these things that I don't remember what it is.
I had a broken thing, and I gave it away. I
I
threw
have
it
a
away.
whole box of broken sharps.
Oh.
So broken pins and sewing needles in a little box.
Why
These
do
are
you
all my
keep
broken
them? Why don't I
Because-
just throw them away?
because it's safer to keep them in a little box.
Yeah, like needle sharps.
Yeah.
Damn, I have
Oh.
something broken
Like
and
if you
I know
just throw it in
exactly
the
where
trash,
it
you can
is.
accidentally poke yourself. So I throw it in this little box, and then when this box is full, I'll throw the box away.
Oh.
I have something broken and I went right past it.
Well, your time limit is out, so
That's
you don't
true.
win. I get another point.
Yes. That's true.
Well, folks, you're seeing a new side to all of us in this game.
Is it new?
That's true.
Maybe they didn't know how competitive Katie was.
I'm not usually. I'm just feeling punchy because it's almost past my bedtime. No, it's only 8 o'clock. Okay.
Oh. We started early. Okay, the next one is button.
Okay, I gotta dig.
I got buttons. Your buttons are so nicely organized.
Yes. This is my current button box of like current bulk button purchases.
This is just a bunch of random buttons that ended up in a jar.
That's a more realistic way to keep your buttons.
I just dump them out and I dig through them when I.
Oh, is that one of your wall jars?
Yeah, so that hooks
Okay.
onto my
I'm
little.
Like, it has
I
such a
have
weird
thing.
list.
sheepy buttons.
Oh, those are
that's
good.
really good.
I don't have a sheep.
I mean, I have other buttons too,
None
but I'm
of my
saving those
buttons
for
are that
other
interesting.
categories.
She's aiming for her button. All right, who votes for Katie's
Sorry,
button?
you had to
No one votes.
choose one.
Oh, it's
you
not a
can't
vote?
just
No,
choose
it just said buttons.
button singular.
Oh, I have to
You
pick
have
a
two
button.
buttons.
Okay,
there.
but they're attached to the same card.
Okay.
I mean, I could have brought out my whole.
I don't have very exciting
Thing of-
buttons. Oh,
What?
look at this! Look at this one.
See, that was part of the time limit.
Hey,
You
look
should
at
have
my
picked.
cute little smiley face flower button.
Okay.
Isn't that cute?
No, because one of its
That's
eyes
a
is
lot of
almost poked
buttons.
out.
Karen,
I vote for Karen.
you're holding a lot of buttons.
Well, actually, those are for a different category because they qualify for more than one thing.
Fine,
Okay.
my gut says the
I
sheep
get-
always
Come
wins.
on, that sheep's
Okay, Karen gets a
adorable.
point.
Yay, I get a point. Don't begrudge me my 1 point.
Oh my gosh, we're just at the beginning. The number 3.
Oh,
This was by the end of my time limit, and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
The
So,
number 3.
I have a little needle gauge that. Oh, I've dropped it. Somebody gave me. It's got a 3 on it.
My number 3 is on my favorite little Halloween ruler.
Okay, but my number 3 is all by itself.
Oh
It
my
doesn't
god.
have to
Yeah,
be.
but now you're looking for it. I
You
don't
know,
see
if
this
you're getting
number 3.
if you're gonna get sassy, I'm not gonna vote for you.
Halloween.
Well, technically, no, these are alphabetties, and these are
Okay,
really great
wait,
if you're sewing.
I have
It's how you
1,
organize.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number 3s
I
on
don't
this.
think number matters. Otherwise, I should have won buttons.
Oh, that's true. Judge me by my size.
See,
do
I
you?
don't know about the scorekeeping.
Well, I mean, it was the last minute decision.
I said we all get a point.
No.
All right, so who votes for Karen?
What is it?
Okay,
What are they?
These are marking tools. So when you are sewing and you have different
They are very
pieces,
cute.
you know that
I can't vote
piece
for
one,
myself.
piece two.
You cannot vote for yourself.
Okay, then I'll vote for Karen.
Fine. They are very cute.
Okay.
Hat.
Okay, I think I'm gonna win this one because I know whose vote I'm gonna get.
I just grabbed a hat that I could find off the top.
I have a hat that I'm going to frog and reknit because Kevin loves this hat and has greatly abused it.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I have that hat in here, but for a different category.
I have
and
a
made
hat.
a fluffy hat.
Karen
I have a hat that
and made for
stealing.
me.
That's not fair because
She's
I have
stealing
one in
this
my
win.
bucket.
I have to vote for it. It's the hat I made her for Christmas last year. It's got a
Okay.
huge pom pom that might weigh more than the hat. You have a little fuzz up there. No, you'll
I
get
have
it when you
a
take it off.
boring basic hat that
We
I
all
knitted
chose
for
purple
class.
hats, though. Basically,
yeah.
oh, that's something. We should get a group point for matching.
I mean,
If everybody gets a point, then
technically,
nobody
I
gets a
was
point.
wearing a hat when I was looking for a hat, but I thought I'm gonna choose the one that Anne made for
Oh,
me. 'Cause
pandering.
I know how to suck it up.
Pandering. Okay.
Pandering.
Okay, what's next?
You can't not let me have credit for this.
Is that your green shirt? Because
This
I
is
don't
my
have a
green-
green shirt.
I don't have a green. I
Okay.
don't have a green shirt.
My green shirt is my newly made camping
And
shirt.
gets a green shirt
Camping
point.
shirt. We're gonna call it the anti-camping shirt.
I do not have an orange crayon.
I didn't either.
No.
Me neither.
I have a yellow marking
I
pen.
do,
I have
but I
it.
didn't get it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
do too. I have a whole box of crayons.
I have an orange highlighter, but I didn't think that counted, so I didn't grab it.
No.
I was gonna grab. I
No,
forgot. I have a
technically
whole.
what I have is not crayons, but
No,
I
I
know
have-
you have.
I have a whole box
all the
of
crayons.
Crayola crayons.
Well,
unopened.
it's too late.
Well, that's tough. Okay, I do have a dime in here.
Hey, I have a dime right
And
here.
I saw your
I told myself, don't forget to get the dime out of your purse. Don't
Okay,
get,
let's
which
see
was
who has
technically.
the newer dime.
I don't have a
Ooh.
dime. Yeah, so.
My dime is from 2020.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm just giving up.
And stumping all of her things on the floor to find a dime. Oh, it's in there. I saw it. It's in the
That's
bucket.
the only thing that didn't come out of the container. All right, my dime comes from 2005.
Does that mean I win? Mine's from 2020.
Or,
Oh.
I don't know, do we go older or do we go newer?
She asked who had the newest.
I knew her,
dime.
And that
yeah.
was before I looked at the date.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the current standings are Anne has 1 point and Karen and I
Woo!
are tied for 3.
All right, a Lego piece. If we were at home,
I know, right?
Oh
I'm
my
sure
gosh.
I have one somewhere in my office,
We've
but I
got
couldn't find
so
one.
much.
there's probably
but
one
not in my
randomly
office.
in
my
some
purse or
bag, some
something.
Yeah.
container.
Yep.
Yep.
No go. Okay, animal in a book. Oh, mochi mochi.
I have a kitty and a little knitted kitty bed.
Oh, I have a book of making your own teddy bear.
Okay.
It's a whole book.
That is pretty
Okay, but
cute.
mine's a picture of an actual animal.
It doesn't matter.
But it's not as cute as the teddy bear.
so
Just
basically,
look at this cute cat.
I have to.
He looks like he's got a black eye.
No, he's cute.
He is cute.
Princess Snowball. Oh, that's what his name is.
But... Really?
I don't know. It says
This
Princess
teddy bear
Snowball
has a
cat bed.
book called Flora.
Oh wow.
Well, I gotta say,
Have you made any of those teddy bears?
No. I might have, because when I was a little girl, I was kind of obsessed with learning
Yeah.
teddy bear.
Oh my gosh, wait, I
patterns.
found-
I've got the mochi mochi, but they're not as cute as what you've got. So
Wait.
I take myself out of the running.
Wait, there's a dog in this book too. A dog in a
There-
sweater.
It's a whole book of teddy bears.
Yeah, but it's just all the same teddy bear. I have a dog and a cat.
Anyways, Karen,
Wow.
you're gonna be the deciding
Okay,
vote
Karen, you vote.
because Katie's
I'm
not
scared.
gonna vote for
I'm
me.
really scared. I'm gonna give it to the actual animal.
Lame.
Sorry, Katie.
Lame.
Sorry, Katie.
Sorry, Katie. I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Anne.
I will take that point.
All right. And I'm a little afraid of Katie.
You're more scared of Katie than Anne.
No,
What have I been doing all this time?
That's not right.
You've lost your influence on me.
Okay, so the next is artwork. So I have a piece by our friend Laura Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that's
What is it?
an original piece from Laura.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's so
It's
cool.
a print. It's like an embossed print.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's a self-portrait.
I was gonna
I was gonna say that looks
just
like Laura.
Yeah, it's Laura,
Well,
like a figure
not the
of
skeleton,
Laura,
but the other one.
and then it's a skeleton, and
And look at the
it's
fine
so,
detail
I
on.
love it.
That's
I
awesome.
haven't
love
put
it.
it up in my office, but I've had it for a long time. It's called
That's awesome.
Self, and it's really beautiful.
I have this foil print artwork by my friend who is also the girl who designed our studio logo.
Oh, more
Oh.
pandering.
Little Wolf Art. She designed our studio logo as well.
This, you know who this
I
is?
love her too. Echo
What is her name?
Shoemaker.
Echo Shoemaker, Indigo Art House,
Oh,
and
you
it's
bought it
framed
from
in
my
a
old
beautiful. That's the thing.
business.
This is a
Oh.
hard choice because
Everybody
We
gets
love
point.
everybody.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Everybody
they're
gets
all
a point.
good. Okay,
This
and they're
is
all
fine.
friends and
This
people
makes
we
me
know.
want to cry. This art is so beautiful, and it's 3 amazing women
Yeah.
whose
Yeah,
art we
look
have.
at that.
Oh my god!
Oh my- okay,
Everybody
everybody gets a
wins.
point.
Everybody wins.
I didn't. I was against everybody getting a point, but
But
everybody
come
gets a point.
on.
in this
that
in this
category?
category
Yeah.
where we
We
are
all nailed
supporting women artists.
Her name is Carly. I just remembered. I was like the girl who designed our logo. Carly.
Thank you, Carly. A wheel.
I have a rotary cutter.
I almost grabbed one, but I couldn't find one fast enough, and wasn't sure if it was a real wheel, but it is a wheel. It turns and it
I can
rolls.
threaten you with it. I'm not going to, but I could.
I'm waiting to see if
Okay.
if Anne comes up with
Well,
something
I also
a little.
have a rotary cutter, so that I would just make us nil, but it's for a different category. This is the cap to my
that the
sewing
thread
machine
cap?
thread. Yeah. See, look.
Oh yeah, that's what it's meant to do.
It goes on.
That was
It's
biting
supposed to roll.
sarcasm.
It
If you
Something for roll.
that was
It
complete
has- it
biting
goes on
competitive sarcasm on the part of Katie. And
Let
while
me
it
close
is
my rotary
while
cutter.
it is poor
I'm
sportsmanship,
waiting for you to blade.
okay, it's up to me to judge. I'm gonna,
It's a 60 millimeter.
Ooh.
you know, with that attitude, I may not give you the point.
Look at
But
it.
mine's an actual wheel.
Is it a wheel?
Yes.
It is actually.
It's a rotary cutter. It's round. It's a blade.
Okay.
It rotates.
but that is meant to hold something in place, not to roll.
Fine.
Dang it, I don't like being in
I
this
don't know
job.
why I'm playing so hard because
I
we still
don't know
didn't decide
either,
what we're winning.
But I love it.
Okay, this was hard. I was gonna cheat
What is it?
and try to bargain for something.
What is it?
Rubber band. I had a hair rubber band.
Next is rubber band.
Do not shoot that at me if I have to make the
I
decision.
have a whole package of them.
Rubber band.
What is
Katie.
that?
So I was hunting all around because I don't like rubber bands. Like I try not to close
I
things with
use
rubber
these
bands.
for when I'm making, because I don't have any hair.
Right now.
I use these when I'm making the like coffee cup cozies. These are my
Oh,
little
your
elastics to close them.
closures. This was around a green measuring tape.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try to argue for some round elastic.
Oh.
but I have a real rubber band.
I have a
This
lot
is
of real rubber bands.
Those are elastics, and we're not in Boston.
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
a
give
thing
the
in
point to
Boston?
Anne.
Yeah, so my boss calls them elastics. He's always like, "Where are the
You
I
Right,
call
elastics?"
these
Anne.
hair ties.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're not
that's an
hearing, but-
elastic?
This is a rubber band.
A rubber band.
A rubber band.
And so he calls rubber bands elastics.
Yeah, no,
and one
that's
time
weird.
somebody was looking for something, and I was like distracted. I'm like, I don't know where the elastics are.
Uh-huh.
I start calling elastic. I'm also not from Boston. Okay, next is something sweet.
I have an Foodsters Modern Baking Organic Minute mug cake.
Ooh,
Katie, because that's Katie's. Karen has real raw honey.
it doesn't get sweeter than pure sugar.
Yeah, you need the point. I have dinner mints, the soft, delicious.
I love
kind.
those
I
things.
I
know,
love
right?
those. I would trade
You
you,
wanna
but
lick?
you've got the. No, I want
It's
one.
nope.
Oh,
Oh wait,
Is
hold
it-
on.
Mine expired 2 years
egg
ago.
whites.
You can check and see if it's okay, and then share.
Mine expired in 2019.
Inverted sugar. That's good.
Okay.
Nope, sorbitol. Passing.
I do not have.
Sorbitol
Wait,
does
who
not do
wins?
good things with my.
Oh,
innards.
Karen gets that point. She has honey. It's pure.
Okay.
Pure.
It's pure sugar.
Oh, I
Thank you.
love dinner mints.
Me too. It's a
We
Dollar
call them
Tree.
church mints.
Oh.
Okay, point for Karen.
Flip flop. Nope.
I don't have
No,
any.
Not today.
no.
Not today.
I almost grabbed a slipper, but it doesn't count.
I thought slipper too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Karen is very excited about doll or action figure. But this is like a category that I think we're all going to fight for.
I have Wonder Woman.
I have Princess Leia in the original packaging.
I have a little stick figure.
The power of the
Popsicle
Force.
stick. What is that?
Choking hazard, not for children under 3.
Here's what's other like.
Collection
I have to
one.
repair this.
You could have
one every
used that
once
for
in a
something broken.
Oh.
while. Oh well. when I threw it in the box, it was to be doll or action figure.
Uh-huh.
So Mirabella made these little
Oh,
stick
those
figure
are so
sculptures for Christmas
That's
last year.
amazing.
It's holding like a sparkly pipe cleaner with a bell on it.
It looks like a microphone.
Yeah,
It's really hard to
And
compete with something made by
as
your
I'm voting
child.
for Anne.
Googly
That's
eyes.
so cute. I mean, I love Princess Leia, obviously.
Yeah, both
And I
of
have
these
Wonder Woman.
are very good. But
Oh wow! A
Mirabella
Wonder-
made this
Yeah,
dolly.
I'm giving it to Anne.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she made them for everybody, and they got progressively less detailed. But mine is
See?
the best.
Yours would be like Princess Leia
Make
in
yours
stick
first.
figures.
Yeah, sure. And it has red,
Here,
green,
we'll take
and
the
white.
gun out of mine and put it in her hand.
In her other hand. Her
That's a very
arms are made
powerful
of
weapon.
tiny
Clothespins?
clothespins.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of what year this was. 1997.
That's really. I mean, this was a
In the
tough
packaging.
category.
Mhm.
You
This
guys
was
had
one of
good-
those things that we started collecting Star Wars action figures when Ian was like 4, so about the same time. And if I wanted any of the females, which Princess Leia was pretty much it,
Mhm.
you know that. And I even have Bikini Princess Leia,
Mhm.
but the boys don't have that one.
Both
Sorry, this is a aside. James had these big giant buckets of Legos from when he was a kid, and in those buckets were also various other weird little toys and stuff. So he got one out of storage and gave it to my mom to like have at the house for when my nephews come over. And there were multiple slave Leias in there. And my mom was like, I don't know if a 6-year-old needs to have access to slave Leia. So
What is the message that we're sending here
Yeah.
about women?
yeah.
I mean,
Empowerment.
she's a Lego. Like, I
Also,
think-
he's 6. He doesn't know.
Yeah,
but-
and I also think that
And
like
there were just a
Barbie,
lot of them.
You know, yeah.
Anyway,
I want to know which of you has this next category.
what is the next one?
Photo
Well,
of yourself.
You actually
No,
like a
just by
oh,
yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
You were
is
gonna
me.
make it just by
yourself.
yourself, Karen.
This is me in high school.
That seems so
I
weird.
think a printed photo of any sort where you appear
Isn't
was
that-
gonna make it
This
work.
is an actual printed out
That is an
photograph of me in high
awesome-
school using my grandma's hand crank Singer sewing machine.
Point for Katie.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because all my photos of myself are on my phone.
I don't have the next one, but I'm preparing myself.
Okay, what is it?
Something noisy.
I don't have. I
anything.
couldn't find anything.
Oh, like sewing machine should catch.
I almost grabbed my iron because when I was trying to film this week, the steam was like. I always like my iron talks to me, and every time I started to film something, my iron was talking. So, but I didn't. So I don't think anybody gets that point.
Nope. Ribbon. I have Mirabella. So I pulled this ribbon out. Oh, that's pretty. I pulled this ribbon out. Mine is like a natural color with gold. and it's
Metallic
like
gold
a,
chevrons.
Like a, yeah,
like herringbone or
chevrons.
something.
Yeah, chevron herringbone. I
Mhm.
pulled it out. I showed it to Mirabella on the webbing, and she's like, "Ooh, that's pretty." And then I was like, "But look at this one with the hearts." Oh no, that one
Oh.
with the hearts. So this is
Um,
her reject.
Classic
This was
red
a
road green.
giant, 50 yards of 1-inch wide red grosgrain ribbon that I bought when we did those make and take projects.
Oh
for
yeah,
aprons.
for the
Yep.
apron.
And then I also used this for my Halloween costume last year.
Cute.
Oh.
So this is just
And
a
I
giant
have
roll of red
a
ribbon.
designer ribbon pack of K Facet coordinating woven ribbons, and they're his
I give
prints.
it to Karen.
Yeah,
Hers is
those are
very
pretty. Cool.
Birthday gift, which I surely have things you guys have given me for my birthday,
Yeah.
but I couldn't pull something out. So instead, I have a skirt I gave Mirabella for her birthday.
Okay, why do you have it then?
in your office
Because I needed it as
it's
a
a birthday, but
sample.
she doesn't get to have
Right?
it.
No, it's an old birthday present, a sample for
Jerry,
for like
when you're
the
teaching?
class. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you teach.
It was like, here's something
Skirt.
you could do to change the proportions.
I have a lot of Funko Pops. Well, I don't have a lot. I have a couple in my office. This one James gave me. It's Jim Hopper from Stranger
Aw.
Things.
Oh, that's cool.
He's one of my many pop culture boyfriends or husbands.
Coffee
So-
and reflection, right?
Yep, coffee and contemplation.
Contemplation.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I got Jim Hopper. And he
That's pretty
stands
good.
next to Wonder Woman.
That's a hot date. Seashell.
Does Karen have that?
Oh, birthday
Do you have a
gift.
birthday gift?
Sorry.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Who gets
If
the
I
point?
do, I didn't bring it out. I didn't think of it.
I like Jim a lot, so
Okay.
Katie gets the point.
I don't have a seashell.
No seashell. So Karen apparently
So-
gets the point.
I have a button made from seashell,
That-
abalone, or I have a glass seashell.
Pick one. It's seashell.
Either way,
Okay.
she's getting a point because we don't have seashells.
No,
Okay,
she could
whatever.
be disqualified if she just couldn't come up with
Okay.
which one.
This one is actually a button actually made from seashell,
So
and it's
it
got the
is
shiny
a
part.
seashell.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the glass, the seashell made from recycled glass.
That was
doesn't
some good
really
thinking
count.
because I probably have that too.
Yeah. What's next?
Scarf.
I don't have.
No
one.
scarf. Nothing. You
Because
could,
because the stuff I need to block is in my car,
Does a
not in
cowl
my
count as a
office.
scarf?
as much as a shawl counts. I mean,
Your ends aren't woven in.
shut your mouth. It doesn't say end woven in scarf.
Well, I have my
Dang, if the cows count, then I had one in my office, but it's too late now.
But see, this is long, and you can wrap it around.
This is 2-color brioche, and I designed it myself.
Super cool, but is it in a scarf category?
Yes.
And
Does it go around your neck? It's a
Uh,
shawl.
can you wrap
you
it
have
around?
a shawl.
but I'm wearing it like a scarf.
Okay, but would you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I would.
maybe not quite like that, but
To prove my point, I wrapped it around without styling it.
but I gotta say, point goes to Anne because that is a scarf. Because it's not to me. There's
If-
scarf. Okay,
that
look,
was
in
also,
Ravelry,
like, at the
a
end,
scarf
I
and a
could have-
cowl are different categories.
That's true. If I had tried a little harder, I could have found an actual scarf, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What's next?
Flashlights.
Oh, I don't have a flashlight.
I don't have one. Point goes to
Anne-
Anne. Dang
Anne
it, where is
gets one.
she?
Okay,
Is she winning?
Current standings are Anne has 6, Karen has 7, and I have 8.
Okay. I don't like these odds. Something fluffy.
Hey, look at this lovely
Oh.
hat I have.
That is fluffy, and it has a
Look at
pom
my
pom.
giant fluffy pom pom.
I have an uneven pom pom that Marabella made me for the Christmas before the thing.
But I have pure Angora. This was actually multiple skeins
Yeah,
from
but
Look
that-
at
wait,
feel this pom
That
pom.
pom pom was washed
So fluffy.
and carefully sculpted.
So
Katie,
fluffy.
point to
fluffier
Katie.
than Angora.
I mean, it's soft.
Point to Katie. I'm not even touching it. She is
Are you
also.
allergic?
You won for pandering. She's got to win a point for pandering.
Yeah, for the same
Okay,
hat.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Something shiny, which there were so many choices. I like just so many things.
I have a whole bucket of holographic
That's
glitter.
very shiny.
Look at how shiny this is.
I have a gold.
Oh, I have scissors like that
gold,
too.
Gold-handled scissors.
I
They're very
also
shiny.
have a crystal
One,
button.
pick
one.
Okay, this one.
Okay, that's the better choice, but the holographic sequence.
Like,
is
look at
how
very
shiny this
is.
It doesn't get. I mean,
It doesn't
that-
get much shinier.
shinier than
the surface
holographic.
of the sun.
It says sparkling glitter right on top.
So Katie gets the point.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, next is Dust Bunny.
I have a thread bunny.
I have a Dusty Bunny.
Oh. I pulled this out of my cart.
Do you have a Dust Bunny?
Oh
Karen?
no, I did not.
I have a Dusty Bunny. See, it's dusty.
Point goes to Katie.
My
By
literal garbage for
definition,
my
it doesn't say dusty.
And I have a lot of these
Oh.
in my house.
Don't try to you're literal. So.
Yeah.
Fruit. I have a tomato pink.
No, I have actual
Okay,
fruit.
Karen gets a point. Just
Fine.
freeze-dried
Edible.
But I have a perfect little tomato pink.
Can you
cushion.
eat
berries.
it?
Look at this beautiful fabric with
Can you
pineapple
eat
on
it?
Yep.
Can you eat
I
it?
tried hard.
Yeah, all right, actual. If the actual animal wins, the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
fruit
If it was
can
cotton, I probably could try.
win. Look, it's not in my office. Plant is the next thing. It's not in my office, but this plant has been living for
fake
almost
plant.
a year.
You know, I was noticing it was falling over and looking a little sad yesterday.
It needs like the pink leaves planted.
Yeah.
Like
My plant is dead.
Your plant is dead.
My
but
plant
it
is
doesn't
fake.
say it has to be alive. But that's not a real plant.
It had to come from your
Okay.
office. Otherwise, I would have come out here to look for things too. But I didn't.
Well then. All right. Fine, Katie's what's in her office. Yours
But
is
hers
dead.
is not a real plant.
Yours isn't
Yours
either.
is-
Karen. Yours
It
is
was.
dead.
Yours
It
is a
was when it was
ghost.
It
alive.
doesn't say real plant.
No,
I
yours
have
is a
fake little
ghost.
succulent,
It's
and I can't.
Katie's.
And
Look
quite
how beautiful
frankly,
it is because I can't
Yours
kill
looks
it.
way better than my dead plant.
I have had many dead plants come through
Oh
my
wow,
office.
this was a succulent, and it looks like really thin, dried
it's
leaves.
really
That is,
Um,
it is the
I
ghost of a
skipped one.
plant.
Stuffed animal.
Oh yeah, I don't have any. Oh,
My hippo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an Animal Crossing.
This is
The
plushie I got for
nittopotamus
Christmas.
that
Yeah.
Anne made
Is
is
that what it's called? I couldn't remember.
nittopotamus.
So my favorite thing about this
Is its butthole?
knitted, yes.
Look at
So
your little
I like, it's one of the best written patterns ever.
Do you know how many years I have looked at that? I have
never
never
seen
seen the
that?
pink butthole.
So the
Did
first
you do that on purpose?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first octagon, it started with this little hot pink and then immediately went into aqua. So it looks like it has, and it's perfectly positioned as the anus of this hippopotamus.
She has hippo anus.
So,
Yeah, you win.
all right.
Mine's
something
boring. Someone
something
else is gonna
yellow.
win.
Something yellow.
Lemon yellow fabric, but
I
it's
have
boring.
a yellow submarine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
give
should
to
win.
anybody but me.
I have a yellow lemon
Flavored.
crisp Kit Kat
Ew.
wrapper.
Oh, but not the kit. But wait. But the wrapper's not.
Whoa! You just won a category
true, I
with
know.
garbage.
She did win.
I have a yellow submarine.
Lemon crisp.
I don't want to decide. See now, if that actually had the food in it,
I have them. I just didn't bring that out.
Can you bribe me with that? No, it's
No,
not good for
because
me.
you
It's got
can't
wheat.
have a
I
Kit
can't have a
Kat.
Kit Kat,
No.
and it's a yellow submarine.
Like it's a literal yellow submarine.
My gut said yellow submarine.
Yeah, my gut said yellow submarine.
Okay. Something red.
flavor looks amazing.
My iridescent red mug.
So this is grunge fabric that I waterproofed.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately, I initially waterproofed it on something that had paper.
Oh, God.
Oopsie.
I have a candle in a coconut husk that Mindy gave me, and it makes my office smell wonderful.
Yeah, mine,
And
Mine
it's
does too.
Red mug.
Red mug.
Why do I have to be in the choice? I need to have
Well,
better
I actually
things.
wanted to vote for your waterproof fabrics.
Yeah, I'll vote for your fabric.
Thank you.
Something blue. Well, rotary cutters win category, so
I
here's
went-
my something blue.
I have a
Gee.
package of Square Ranch dressing from my
Ew.
desk.
I had to really work hard. No,
It's
not
shelf
really.
stable. It doesn't
Blue
have to be
Oh,
color.
refrigerated.
yeah. That cool
See, it
vinyl
is sparkly.
pouch. Yeah.
But
It doesn't have to be sparkly blue,
no,
but that's a good way to win us over. So Karen gets the point.
Not my ranch dressing.
No.
we didn't answer that question.
I just
That's
assumed,
your answer.
I also just assumed that you weren't voting for my rotary cutter.
I would have voted for your rotary.
Damn.
Too late. Is that everything?
That's it.
So the point of this exercise was that we all have a lot of junk in our offices.
And we're
Um,
highly competitive.
Anne had 7 points, Karen had 10, and I had 12.
Oh,
Oh,
Katie
close.
wins. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Now I gotta put all this junk back.
Yeah.
But that's a tomorrow problem.
I was
No,
tossing.
'cause if I don't, I'll never do
Yeah.
it.
I was tossing things around my office, and then I was like, "That's how this gets this way."
Yep. Well, I think that is the end of our episode
Oh.
for today.
What are we obsessed with?
Oh yeah, what are we
I love
obsessed
obsessions.
with? Who goes first?
Not me. I gotta think
Okay,
about it.
I have. Is it 2 obsessions? Definitely 1. So this one's gonna like gross you guys out, but you should try it,
Okay.
and then if you can try it, and then report back. So Nick Cho on Instagram, I don't know who he is otherwise, but he does these little like reels that say, "This is your Korean dad."
Oh yeah, I
He
follow
like
him on
makes
TikTok.
he makes you a snack. So did you see him put American cheese on top of ramen?
I have seen that as a thing.
It's okay. So I had tried it. I saw it made this concoction that was low water instant ramen,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Is
part
that
the
why there's American cheese in the fridge?
yes.
Okay, I opened the fridge today and I was like, who's having Kraft singles? But I don't judge you because Kraft singles
So
are delicious.
the first way I tried it was you make the low water ramen and you part the ramen and then you fry an egg in the center and you have like a drippy egg yolk,
Mm-hmm.
and then while that's cooking you put American cheese in the corners. And that was good, but like the low water wasn't very satisfying.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw his cute little reel, and he's like, "Okay, we're just gonna put a little piece of American cheese," and it is amazing.
Yeah, that
It
sounds
makes
great.
the broth like good ramen.
I've seen other people do that too.
So good. And now I almost don't crave real ramen right now.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
There's somebody like on Instagram. Oh yeah, that shitty craft club.
That
Have you
what?
guys seen her?
No.
No, I've not heard this
Um,
before.
She is so funny. It's Shitty Craft Club. And
This is Instagram, you said?
yeah, on Instagram, she's so cute. This is a reel I'm playing for them that says, "I cried a lot today. Then I pulled these out of a sports bra," and it's the inserts of a sports bra. And she made these an eye mask that says no, because she's saying no to today. I
That's so
don't like
funny.
today, and it's all googly eyes. And
just-
she does things like she bought a giant ball, like a giant box of beads, and she covered her little bathroom trash can. She put googly eyes all over a little wall clock.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just terrible, shitty crafts,
Um,
and they're wonderful. Here's her mirror that she covered in the cheap plastic pony beads.
I love that.
So I'm obsessed with her. Craft cheese on my ramen and Shitty Craft Club.
Both of the things that you have referenced, I have seen on TikTok, so I think you just need to get a TikTok account.
No.
There's some quality entertainment on there.
I'm fine with the cross posting on Instagram.
You know, it's funny you say that because I spend a lot of time looking at videos on TikTok, and James will show me something on Instagram. I'm like, I saw that like a month ago on TikTok. So it takes a while to get to Instagram.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's Kevin and I with Reddit.
Yeah.
Usually he's showing me something new, but sometimes I'm like, I saw that like a week ago.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel good to be that person?
Yes. Yes, it does.
So you mentioned food, and I will throw this into the ring because we've been eating a lot of pot stickers at my house recently.
I love pot stickers.
James made homemade pot stickers, but we also just buy the giant frozen bag of pot stickers, which are delicious. But I follow this girl on Instagram, on TikTok, and I think it's King is how you pronounce it. It's Qing. She's Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
King Food is her username, but she taught me how to make pot sticker dipping sauce, which was so good, and I've made 2 batches of it so far, and it keeps really well in the fridge. You chop up green onion, chopped garlic, crushed red pepper flakes, sesame seeds, then you pour hot oil over it, like you heat up in a little skillet some like vegetable oil. You pour that on top, and it like cooks the stuff, and then you add like soy sauce, oyster sauce, vinegar, salt, sugar, whatever, and you stir it all up, and it's so good.
That sounds delicious.
And then I pour the rest in a jar, and it keeps in the fridge, and it gets better over time because it kind of like infuses the oil. So I would recommend looking her up if you have a TikTok account, King Food. Also, she's really cute because she's like this little Chinese girl who's going to teach me how to make whatever.
Aww.
The other one is a YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot of, which is, their names are Evan and Caitlin, and it's this married couple, and they do a lot of, they're makers, so they have like all the equipment and the fancy machines, and they make 3D printed stuff, but they also do a lot of like art projects and resin art and stuff like that, and they're just really fun to watch. So I've been watching a lot of Evan and Caitlin videos, so I highly recommend them too. Those are my 2 obsessions.
Any obsessions, Karen?
Yes.
Tell us more.
It's another cooking thing.
All right.
So
Meeting at dinner time really sets the theme here.
Yeah, and I like eat a late breakfast lunch at like 2:00, and I haven't eaten since. So I'm like really
I had
kind of.
leftover mac and cheese for dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
What's your thing?
Okay, so we've been watching Guys Grocery Games at Home, like COVID edition.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they have some of their guest judges and other chefs are doing the game, but in their own home kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of people are always like, I'm going to make a gas streak. And I'm like, a gas streak? What's a gas streak? It's just a fancy, syrupy, savory sauce. And I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I made one with fresh berries and jalapeno. And it's sugar and vinegar and fruit. And you will actually start with the sugar just dry in the pan, and you heat the pan until the sugar starts to melt, and then you add in the vinegar, and it makes this tangy, syrupy sauce, and I put it on ice cream, and
sounds
it
great.
was
Oh, I
like
saw a picture of that. It
amazing.
was so pretty.
Yes. And then I had Trevor, and he's like, "You hate me." Oh, this is horrible. You're poisoning me. I'm like, "What's the matter with you? It's delicious." It's because you don't expect to have this sweet berry flavor and jalapeno.
Oh, I love that, like, unexpected heat in different places.
It is, and it's just it doesn't hit you right away. But so
You're
I'm
trying
thinking,
to poison me.
He just has unrefined a palate.
so I'm obsessed with of making other ones. I'm gonna make one with we like he brought home some fresh guava. I'm gonna cook down the guava pulp and make a guava something with some other kind of vinegar, maybe a red
Nice.
wine vinegar
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
or champagne vinegar. Wouldn't that be great?
Ooh.
I don't know. You'll have to try it and
I will find
bring it to us.
guava
with
champagne.
some
That
talking-
sounds
vanilla
amazing.
ice cream.
We were talking about topics for this episode, and
With basil.
I mentioned something about food and cooking, and Anne and I both are in the same camp of like, I can cook, but I don't like to.
Yeah.
Whereas Karen like loves to cook and makes all these fancy things. So I'm like, that sounds great. I'm never gonna do that, but like, that sounds really good.
Yeah, our pantry, our kitchen does not hold all of the extra things. Like I made a Christmas themed pudding, like you see on Great British Baking Show,
Mm-hmm.
and I started getting the tart pans with the bottoms that come out. So much easier to get the tart out.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't all fit. So I have a couple of these the same shelving units, but along the wall, and they're starting to fill up with my other kitchen. So I bring stuff down. I use it and then I wash it and take it back upstairs to my master bedroom. That's the extra pantry.
To your bedroom?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I've got all kinds of secret stash. I got special baking pans. I got I keep the if you haven't had Lyle's golden syrup, it's like honey, but it's not made from honey. It's a very British.
Mm.
It takes the place of light corn syrup, but it has a more naturally caramely flavor.
Nice.
And so yeah, so that's random. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you want to hear more from us, in 2 weeks we will have our book club episode. We're currently reading a book called Outlawed by Anna North, which was my pick, and I have not gotten that far in it, so I need to get to work. But we'll see you in 2 weeks for that. Otherwise, we'll see you in a month for the next
More of
episode.
this.
Also, new classes will be out. While you're listening to this, we'll have new classes on our website the day this comes out. So go check that out if you want to take a video class from us. And we'll see you in a month. All right, bye.
Bye.